Alright guys, just got home here. Got Lon McQuaid, I got some strings, string winder. I haven't been home in a couple days, so I got myself an exact same guitar, one that I like so much, Godin SD. Okay, now this needs some work. It's not set up. New strings, needs a neck adjustment, intonation. Of course, it's missing the pickup selector knob. It's not such a big deal. I've got maybe 45 minutes to get this guitar dialed in, and so I thought you guys might want to come along with me for the ride here and see what I do to these instruments to get them playing so nice. This is a nice one. So let's get right at her. I got 45 minutes to do this, so let's get right at her here. All right, so we got the strings off. The strings off, a little dirty, a little crusty, but we got these GS1 pickups and G humbucking 1 pickups that I really like. Fretboard's a little dirty. Needs a bit of a steel wool and oiling. These are a little loose here. These can get tightened up, and I'll bet you, as I expected, these are probably all loose. On a lot of guitars, this is the situation where these tuning keys are not secured in there. So yeah, everything's good back here. So we're gonna tighten those down. That is super important. All this stuff up here has to be tight. So let's do that first. All right, you don't want to go crazy with this, but give her a little 10mm socket, snug her down. This will make the tuning nice and solid. Doesn't matter how good the guitar is, if it doesn't stay in tune, it's not going to sound good. These are all tightened down, huge improvement there already. You can just even feel it. These as well. These nice and tight. Don't want to overdo this, don't want to strip the wood, but it should be tight. If they're not tight, actually is more chance of stripping the wood. These things will start flagpoling. All right, next thing you're gonna do is just take a little bit of steel wool here. See all the grungy bits? You can get these guitars fairly cheap. They're amazing guitars. This is a sleeper guitar. Once I get this all dimed in, she's going to sound like a million bucks. The great thing about it too is that this is not a vintage Fender or Gibson, so you know, I'm just going at it, you know what I mean? It's not a super valuable guitar, so although it is a very good guitar, you know, I can just go at it with the steel wool, not worry about it too much. All right, super quick job on this fretboard. Look how nice that turned out. I don't have any linseed oil on me, but if I was to oil that up, it would turn out nice and beautiful, bring all that nice wood grain out. So we got that all tightened up. We got to get this off, and we got to sort out. This is really important here, so that's the next thing here. We got to get that off. Doubt you guys want to watch me taking out screws, but here is this, and yeah, look at this. This is how you know it's a good guitar. You know, you open this up. This is a real wood guitar. It's not a plywood guitar. You can always tell when you dig into it. It's Canadian made. Look at that solid maple body, great pickups, quality wiring job here. So we're going to tighten up. We're going to clean this up. Pickup heights look decent, but you see, a little loose knob here, right? So just gotta take the old 10mm and cinch these down and button her back down. Since this is a bolt-on neck, I find that these SDs, as you can see, sometimes get a little loosey-goosey on you. Absolutely must be tight. Tight. So, or else she won't tune nice. This knob is not nice and tight now. I'm constantly all over these knobs, so they got to be nice and tight so the wires don't break off inside. Everything good there. Tighten the jack there, 13mm. Fresh set of strings, looking excellent. Just tuning so much better than my other Godin. So fresh set of strings. Now comes the important part. We're going to set this up. I've got her up to pitch. I'm going to check the truss rod, check the neck, that the neck is straight, which is an adjustment done right here with an Allen key. And then we will sort of go back and forth with this adjustment here. It's just made tiny little Allen keys up or down. And then we've got to adjust the intonation, which is back here, moving these pieces back and forth to make sure she tunes properly. This needs to go up over here. The nut, confirmed, has to come up. I'm still getting a little bit of a fret buzz down here, even with open strings. You can hear that. So a couple little things that I won't be able to do to it tonight, but I will use it tonight. Sounds nice. Pretty out of tune there, but I like to stretch the strings, stretch them out nice. Play the gig, we'll see how she goes on the gig. And I actually got it with this awesome gig bag too. Not a bad gig bag, sort of a crappy old strap there, I'll take that. It did come with the trem bar. This is not a bad little gig bag here, so that's a, what was that, a Warwick? Looks like a Warwick gig bag, rock bag by Warwick. Okay, that's thought this was a nice gig bag. Okay, so we've got ourselves a nice gig bag. Beautiful thing. 360 bucks Canadian. Put 45 minutes into her, and she's playing like a dream. Couple more little adjustments. We'll do some intonation at the gig, and we will raise that nut when we get home, but she'll be good enough for tonight. So let's go out and let's see how she does. See you at the gig. Alright guys, it's a couple days after the gig here, and I am very, very happy with the way this guitar turned out, because there is just a few more things we got to sort out. One of them is the sound here. You can hear it vibrating, touches, and it's just touching ever so slightly somewhere on the first or second fret down here. We're going to be very careful. We're going to get this nut out and we're going to shim it up, not by a lot, just by a little. So you can see here the nut. These are usually just held on by a little spot of glue. Alright, so here is the nut. Undamaged. We'll clean that up. See a little spot of glue on the bottom here. And there's some glue in the slot. It's probably contributing to the height of that, so I don't know how much of that I want to clean up. I'll probably clean it up a little bit. I think it's best to have that nice and flat. Maybe wet sand, maybe 400 grit or 600 to this. Clean this up. And now we're going to try and use veneer. Let's see if I have some mahogany veneer. I thought I had some of that from my piano tuning work. We'll see if I actually have some of that left. All kinds of felt. I usually had veneers in here. Got a lot of piano related supplies here. What do we have down here? I bet you got a nice little piece of mahogany veneer. I used to use this for shimming various things with pianos. That looks about the right thickness too. I will use that just to, I think it's a mahogany neck. If you're going to shim something, you're going to have a good good acoustic properties. This is a very, it should match pretty good. That's about the right thickness. That's about how much I want to bring that. I'm not sure how thick that is, but just by eye, I can tell that's about the distance that I want this to come up. If we want it to come down a little bit more, then we can just sand that down a little bit. And we're going to glue this nut down to this veneer here. We're going to use a razor blade to cut all around it. Excuse me, I've got a couple razor blades here. We'll cut all around it and then sort of smooth up the edges and drop it in, and that should fix that problem. There we go. I found this nice roll of stick-on. What do we got here? What grit? Do we have 180? That's perfect. That's 180 is perfect. So these are great because just tear them off and stick them down on your work surface. Use that as a flat surface to sand. Actually, you know, I've got a piece of glass. I do have a piece of glass that I use for this purpose. Stick the sandpaper to the glass. But we'll just go with that for now. Not looking to go crazy with this, but just a little bit. Just with that little bit of sanding, this nut sort of fits a lot better into its slot. Should be wearing safety glasses, but I'm not. Sorry. Sorry, YouTube. Now it's just cut. This is what I really love right here. Gorilla Glue, wood glue. Kind of expensive, but it's really great. I love that. So here's our finished shim, mahogany shim here. Not sure how thick that would be. It's probably, honestly, probably a little too thick. What we got so far, I'm being proactive because I know that just by experience, I know that's going to be too thick. So we're going to keep sanding her down here. part, I can already tell that's going to be an improvement. And I did find my little Allen key that I made for Godin purposes, adjustment purposes. Just, I'm not sure what size this is, but just a little shorter, stubbier. So I just gave her a little bit of relief, just maybe a quarter turn, maybe, if that. This might help that situation out a little bit. It's like, for some reason, it looks like there's a bit of space in the slot right now. Maybe I went a little too much with the sanding. I think it's still okay. It's still pretty tight. It's tight on this side. It's got like maybe a tiny little gap here. And once I glue that, I think it won't matter. So happy result there. Sounds much, much better actually. Nice clean notes. I don't like the way this high E sounds. Something a little wonky there. Could be the slot. Not entirely sure. Sounds good except for the high E. It might also just be the string. It could be the saddle piece, a bit of a not a very good clean bearing edge with the saddle piece. Could be the nut also. Not really sure. Sometimes you get a bad string too, so could just be the string. Tune this up. Let's bang on. And when we play the octave, that should be the same note, which it is not. It is slightly sharp. So what we'll do is we'll make the adjustment here to make that the same. So I'll do that right now and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're just going to come in here with our screwdriver. We're going to move this saddle piece back. Strip around a little. Add also the tension there. Move this back a bit. Try that. As you can see, there's a D. Tune it up a little bit. Okay, that's bang on. And the 12th fret is bang on. I'm also using my ear at the same time, not just looking at this. But it's hard for me to demonstrate because I'm kind of tapping on it like that. But you kind of have to be careful. You got to press this down really even. I think you get the idea. The open note and this note should be the same on here. And if it's sharp, you got to move it back. So now this is kind of in line with all these. So anyways, I'm going to go through this whole guitar and intonate this, and by the time I'm done, all these chords are just going to be sounding beautiful down here. guitar sounded absolutely beautiful just through this piece of junk little practice amp. As you can tell, the intonation just makes such a difference. So I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Just kind of a bit of a rundown. All this gear is, you know, just needs a little tender love and care. Set something up properly, play real nice for you. And we'll end this video off with a little Zoe. Someone's hungry. Is it your dinner time? Is it your dinner time? Is it your dinner time, Zoe? Dinner time? Let's go have some dinner. Okay, let's go have some dinner. Oh, food. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, food time. Food time. Food time. Food time to fill your bowl with the food and the kibble. Okay, okay. You hurt your tail? That hurt your tail? Okay, let's go. Let's get some food. Alright, so I'm going to give Zoe some food. We'll end that video off with Zoe getting her dinner. And UOttawaScotty out. Okay. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. Good girl, Zoe. Making a little bit of a mess, but okay. All right, guys, take care. See you next time.